Should college athletes be compensated for what they do? So most athletes come from high poverty areas, and their families are more likely than not in poverty or low income jobs. And since the and to put a thought to the athletes, since the athletes have no basis in to earn money when they play athletics, they feel bad with themselves and they can't help the families, which was a high strain on their mental load and psychological need. Due to athletes normally not being paid, they would be forced to work a heavy workload, also workloads in classes, and balancing those just makes their lives harder and makes their families lives harder because they're trying to also help pay for the kids' other needs such as food, board, things if they're not scholarship. But on the other side, most student athletes shouldn't be paid for what they do in the field due to them having college tuition, which is paying for the college in most things. So, if a university would start to pay student athletes, it could negatively affect other sports programs. Which would mean like if compared to football, which makes high revenue for most colleges compared to let's say lacrosse, they're not making as much, and that could lead to an inequality of what they get paid, since most of the time there is these things everyone should be paid equally, which would lead into the fact that if everyone is paid equally and they need a base amount of income, most programs that don't make their probably base minimum would get cut out of the college, which would mean only major hitter sports would actually be left in college, such as basketball, baseball, and football. To lead off the speech, do you think it's right for what these athletes put their bodies through and having minimal compensation? Honestly, this is unfair for what these athletes put their bodies through and their minds through.